Hello and welcome to another Minecraft video. Today I am showing you a Mesopotamian ziggurat temple. So these temples were built in cities in Mesopotamia, which is modern-day Iraq, specifically the area between the Tigris and Euphrates River. Meso meaning in the middle, and Potamia meaning river, so between the two rivers. This temple in particular is based off of the Grand Ziggurat in the ancient city of Ur, which is in modern day southern Iraq. And just recently, when I was making this video, on March 6th, 2021, Pope Francis visited the Grand Ziggurat of Ur and met with Grand Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani, who is an important figure in Islam, particularly in Iraq. There he called for cooperation between the three Abrahamic religions, which is, of course, because Ur is the city where Abraham was supposedly born and first received message from God. So, as we can see here, there is a main staircase which goes up to the pinnacle or highest point of the ziggurat. This staircase would be used during festivals and ceremonies where the priestess or priest would walk up the staircase toward the top. In the temple itself, there would be storerooms where the goods from the city would typically be stored. So there was grains and all sorts of different resources. And this is because the temple, as an institution, was extraordinarily wealthy and one of the few buildings in the city that could accommodate such large stores. So temples would typically be used for this purpose. Temples would also usually have a large kitchen area, which would be used to prepare meals for feasts and for the priests and the idol. There would also be rooms for the priests and priestesses to live. And as we go back toward the top of the building, you can see here this house. And it was believed by Mesopotamians that the gods themselves literally lived in the temples. So the idol, which was generally made of wood and covered in gold, I have an armor stand here, was believed to be the literal living god it was supposed to represent. The god inside the great temple of Ur in particular was Nana, an ancient Mesopotamian god of the moon and wisdom. So because they believed the god was real, the priests and priestesses would clean and bathe and feed the idol. And it is, of course, one of these idols that Abraham actually destroyed after being commanded to by God, which would be very meaningful to the Mesopotamians because they believed the idols literally were the god. So by destroying it, he was destroying what they believed to be the literal god itself. And given that they believed gods to be real, the temples generally had all the amenities a living god would need. They would have a hearth in the middle to cook, and they would have a fully stocked table with offerings provided by the priests and the people giving offerings to the god to try to improve their luck. They would have bathtubs and beds and everything else they might imagine the god would need. So temples would also generally be connected to farmland, which they owned and which would be worked by people for the good of the temple and the god the temple was supposed to be dedicated to. Generally, they would eat dates, apricots, grains, melons, and fruits, which would be eaten by people, by the priests, by people during feast days, and would be used as offerings for the gods inside the temple. So this building I built, it didn't take me very long. It's mostly sandstone, red sandstone and normal sandstone. If you would like, I will leave a link to download it in the description. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thank you very much, and goodbye.